It's your girl Nurse Shawn-Nie here with a new video today. Happy New Year, guys. So I think this is the first video that I've posted for 2022, and I wanted to come on here today to share 22 goals for 2022 with you guys. So if you want to hear what my goals are for this year, keep watching. All right, so I'm trying to adjust my camera, trying to figure out where I'm supposed to be looking. Y'all, I still haven't figured it out yet, but I'm gonna just go with it. Here. I don't know. I don't know. And this is my first video that I am sharing on my YouTube channel in 2022. So welcome back. If you're new here, I'm Chandra, aka Nurse Shawn-Nie. I am a labor and delivery travel nurse. And if you have been here before, hey girl, hey. All right, so let's get into the goals. The sun is like beaming in on me. I was trying to get like the perfect lighting for this video, but whatever. So for me, it's kind of a tradition to set goals for the new year. And I think goal setting is super important, especially if you have goals that you want to reach and or things that you're trying to accomplish in your life. The Bible already says it. Write the vision, make it plain. So for me, writing out these 22 goals for 2022 is something that I'm going to use that's going to be measurable for me to look back at the end of the year to say, what did I accomplish? Because I don't know that I'm going to accomplish all 22 of the goals, but that's the plan. And with plans, you can always change and revise plans. So I got some notes on my phone. Let's just get into the goals. All right, let me find it here. Okay, y'all ready? And I'm going to read all of the goals off. Some of them I'm going to spend a little bit more time on, but let's just go through the list. I literally have a list on my phone of these goals. That's how serious it is for me. So here we go. So my 22 goals for 2022 are: number one, focus on growing my YouTube platform. So I have been on YouTube very inconsistently for a number of years. This year, I've decided I want to take things more seriously, continue to connect with you all, and grow this platform to this amazing place, or this amazing vision that I see for it. I'm going to use my email list to engage with my community more. Another thing I've been procrastinating on is using my email list to communicate with you guys. Okay, so this year I'm going to be focusing on utilizing that tool a little bit more. Create a minimum of one piece of YouTube content weekly. I'm here. An ebook. So last year, for my birthday, one of my goals was to have this ebook for travel nurses produced. Time got away from me. Procrastination got the best of me. COVID took me down toward the end of December. So the ebook is something that I did not get to put forth, but I've set a goal to release the ebook in the first quarter of 2022. So before the first quarter is over, I've made a promise to myself, and now I am putting it out here in the atmosphere so you guys can keep me accountable. First quarter 2022 ebook for travel nurses is coming to a computer screen near you. Healthy hair. So that's a personal goal. I've been wearing protective styles for the most part all of 2021, and I'm going to continue to be on this healthy hair journey. I'm torn between wanting to lock my hair or just keep on growing it. So I don't know what I want to do, but I want to be on a healthy hair journey this year. So that means putting healthy things in my body to make sure my hair flourishes and grows, and treating it kindly. Practice patience and moments of being still. Y'all, if y'all been rocking with me for long enough, you know I'm all over the place. I'm flying from here to Baltimore, back to the West Coast every week. Like, I'm constantly moving. This year, I'm going to continue to travel for work, but I want to enjoy more moments of peace, stillness, kind of practicing listening to my body, my mind, and just coming back to center and connecting with myself more. So that's definitely another personal goal of mine this year. Clear communication within personal relationships. Y'all, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something about quarantining with your partner, okay? Whew. Now, that's a test of the relationship. And thankfully, we survived, but I want to work on communicating better within my personal relationships. I think I do a pretty good job of it professionally, because you know how we wear two hats. At work, you know, you're showing up as your work representative most of the time. But in your personal relationships, you are a lot more relaxed, and sometimes the communication, it just goes kaboom. And I want to work on communicating better within personal relationships, and not just my relationship with my boyfriend, but relationships in general with my children, with my family, with my friends. I just want to work on communicating better, because sometimes I think that we make a lot of assumptions and things are not communicated as they should be. And I just want to work on making sure that I'm doing my best to communicate my needs and communicating with people who I care about, and making sure that they understand that everything that I am, all of my behaviors are coming from the heart. So that is something I definitely want to work on. Saying yes to more things that I love and enjoy. Y'all, do you ever get in a place where you feel guilty about saying yes to things that you enjoy because you've overextended yourself and said yes and made yourself available to so many other people and so many other things? I want to say yes to more things I enjoy. Like, I don't think that there's anything wrong with that, but I think as women who are nurturers by nature, we don't always say yes to ourselves. Like, we go above and beyond for other people, but we don't give ourselves that same grace and attention. So I'm going to say yes to more things that I love this year. And moving forward, a trip to the Maldives. I have always wanted to stay in one of those little huts that's like out on the water. That's a goal of mine. And I don't know why the Maldives. I'm sure they have those little houses in other places, but yeah, I just want to go to the Maldives. So that's on my list for 2022. 7 paid brand deals. Y'all, your girl has been over here working for a long time on social media. And I just feel like for some reason, something in me is telling me this is my year. Like, this is the year that I'm going to get rid of procrastination. I'm going to be more consistent and more dedicated to really putting the time and energy into this brand that I'm building to be able to serve this community of women that I love. I love you guys being here in this space, but definitely coming from a place of service. But, you know, I also feel like I have valuable content that I offer, and those things should be monetized. And so I would love to see 700 paid brand deals this year. I'm going to quit my per diem job. Y'all, I did a video here on YouTube where I said I feel like all nurses should have a per diem job. But I think that season in my life has pretty much come to an end. And so, you know, I've held on to my per diem job because back in 2015, I got laid off. It was the first time that I ever was without a full-time income, but I had my per diem job, and that job saved me. I was able to work full-time hours and still generate an income for me and my family. So I've kind of always held on to that. And when I'm in between assignments with travel nursing, if I want to take off a significant amount of time, I can pick up hours at my per diem, and I know that I have that to fall back on. However, it has become a placeholder. I feel like my life has taken a shift and a turn since I've become a travel nurse, and specifically since I have been on this particular contract, earning potential quadrupled. So I just want to dedicate the time that I would use to go into that per diem job, 12-hour shift, I just feel like I can dedicate so much more time to building this brand and this platform here. And really, I just don't need to be there anymore. And so I'm kind of on the fence about when I'm going to do it. I think it's something that I definitely am going to let go of this year. And because I think that sometimes you have to free up that time and space so that you can welcome in other opportunities. Secure 3 to 4 high-paying contracts, which kind of piggybacks on me quitting my per diem job. So with this contract, I have been able to, again, quadruple the income that I was making as a staff nurse, and I'm just going to continue on this same path. Like, in terms of travel nursing, the money is here, and so I figure if I can work 9 months out of the year with a high-paying contract, then my overhead will be met. And so that is my goal. Next, create a strategic plan to get rid of these student loans. Like, I really don't want to pay them off, but they gotta go. Like, they gotta go. I have $75,000 worth of student loans. I don't even feel like I have $75,000 worth of degree. Ask me why I have all those student loans to become a nurse. Baby, nursing students, if you are looking at this video, there is scholarship money. There's money on top of money on top of money for you to go to school for free. Look for those resources. I don't have the list of resources, but I'm telling you to empower yourself. Look for resources to pay for your education, whether you're a nurse or not. If you want to get a higher education, there are resources out here where you don't have to go into debt to go to school. Look for those resources. Something I wish someone had empowered me or encouraged me to do, because there's no reason why I have $75,000 worth of student loans. But anyway, what am I going to do now? Gotta pay them off. 3 to 5 year goal. That's not a goal that I'm going to hit this year. At least I don't think so. You never know. Never know. And also on the financial front, I want to make 1 extra car payment each month because I want to pay my car off by next year. Another YouTube video you guys saw where I used Carvana to purchase my car back in April of 2020. Sidebar, 10 out of 10. I really recommend Carvana. It was the best car buying experience that I've ever had. It was easy. Like, the process was so super easy. I can't ever see myself going to another dealership again, haggling and doing all this, spending hours upon hours in the dealership. Maybe when I buy my nice luxury car, I'll go to the dealership. But outside of that, buying a car online was the best. But I do want to pay that car off. So I'm going to make 1 extra car payment a month to cut the time in half. Work for only 9 months out of the year. I talked about that. So this is my plan, y'all. And every time I put these plans out here and say, oh, I'm only going to do X, Y, and Z when it comes to work, my plans never go as planned. But my goal is to work this contract that I'm currently on. I just renewed it again. I'm basically full-time staff here at this point. But I'm going to renew the contract. It should go from the end of February to the end of May. I want to be off for the summer. Listen, I want to enjoy summer. Last summer, I was here in San Francisco. Come in closely. Come close. San Francisco, great city. Summer in San Francisco? No. 10 out of 10. I do not recommend you staying in San Francisco for the summer. If you are someone like me who loves hot summers. I'm an East Coast girl. I'm used to 90 degree, 100 degree, hot, sweaty, sticky, sweltering days. Here in San Francisco for the summer, I was cold, moody, and oh God, no. No. Even if I am working a contract for the summer, it will not be in San Francisco. I can't do it. Like, I suffer from seasonal affective disorder. I was going bananas. Like, it was 57 degrees in July here in San Francisco. That's cold. When I would fly home the next week and it would be 90 degrees. And we didn't even really get to enjoy summer last year because the cicadas were out. This summer, I am planning on enjoying my summer. I'm a summer girl. I'm a winter baby, but a summer girl. I love everything about summer. I love everything about summer. I'm jealous of my children. Both of their birthdays are the end of July. Like, I always wanted a summertime birthday. I'm going to enjoy my summer this year. I don't know how I'm going to make it happen, but I'm going to enjoy my summer this year. So my goal is to end this contract here the end of May. And I want to really take summer off. I would like to be off for June and July, or at least July and August. And then I want to pick up another contract wherever that might be in September, like after Labor Day. And we're going to take that all the way up until like the first 2 weeks of December. And then I want to be off in December too. If I'm going to be a travel nurse, I need to make it work for me. Like, listen, that's the point of being a travel nurse. At least in my opinion, I want to make a great living doing something that I love, being a nurse. But I also want to work when I want to work. Like, this is my year of yes. Saying yes to things that I desire to do, okay? I'm going to work for 9 months out the year. Y'all, remind me that I said that, okay? I want to attend a new exercise class every month. I am behind the 8 ball on that goal because it is July the 16th. January 16th. And I have not tried a new class yet. So, this week, Thursday, I think that I'm going to attend a step class. It'll be virtual. This class is based in Atlanta, but I got my stepper at home, and I think that's what I'm going to do so that I can meet that goal for this month. See how that worked out? Host a retreat for women in a relaxing setting. Y'all, this is something that I have wanted to do for a long time. I kind of was scared to even talk about doing it because imposter syndrome. So I have tons of ideas of things that I want to incorporate into this brand that I'm growing, this community that I am building. And my fearful thought was that, oh, if I put this retreat together, who's going to want to attend? People probably won't want to come. Imposter syndrome. Girl, get out of here. We leave in imposter syndrome in 2021. So one of my goals is to plan a retreat of some sort. Now, I don't know on what kind of scale it's going to be. Like, really, what I would love is to have a retreat in like a tropical or warm water setting. I love the beach. I feel like, you know, it's just relaxing. And that's something that I would love to put together for women, that we be able to come together, fellowship, and, you know, work on ourselves. So that I'm still developing, but it is a goal of mine. Would y'all come to the retreat? If I offered some kind of retreat, would you come? Be honest. Leave a comment in the comment section and let me know if you would be down to meeting me, because I want to meet y'all outside of this camera. Let me know if y'all will be down for something like that. You know, to be continued with that, okay? I talked about taking summer off. That's my goal, to do that. My mom is having a milestone birthday this year. I'm not going to tell y'all how old she's turning because she might not want me to share that with y'all. But I would love to take her to Dubai for her birthday. Both of our birthdays are in December. She's the 19th. I'm the 24th. I would love to be able to take my mom to Dubai for her birthday. Maybe even for like New Year's. So we'll see. We'll see how those plans work out. I want to secure an investment property. So y'all saw that we just moved into a new apartment, and everybody was asking me, why don't you just buy a house? Like, why are you moving to another apartment? Let me give y'all the long short about this home buying process. When I was married, I think I was still in nursing school. This is probably when did I graduate? I graduated in 2008. So maybe this is like 2007. So 2007, my ex-husband and I were supposed to buy a house. We did everything we were supposed to do. We followed all the steps that our lender and our realtor and everybody educated us on the things that we were supposed to be doing. I remember this clear as day. I was in I don't know which clinical rotation it was, but I remember got to the end of the week. We were supposed to go to settlement on like a Friday. I'm in clinical on Thursday, and I've been in touch with my realtor. Was it my realtor? Yeah, I had been in touch with my realtor all day because I'm like, I'm going to leave clinical early tomorrow. I had told my instructor we're buying a house. I'm leaving clinical early, yada, yada, yada. So my realtor, I called my realtor to ask him how much we needed to get the check for to bring to the settlement table for settlement the next day. And he said to me, that's a great question. I've been trying to get in touch with your lender all day and have not heard back from her. Now, I have been communicating with this I don't know what you call them, but whoever does the lending process. I have been in touch with her, following all the steps, doing everything we were told we needed to do. Long story short, homegirl skipped out on the deal, okay? She did not do what she was supposed to do on her end. No one could get in touch with this lady. We had already done like our home inspection, and we were buying a house from someone who was relying on us buying their home for them to get into their next home. It was a hot mess. Like, I was devastated when that happened. And so I have a little bit of PTSD. I do. I'm not going to lie. I have a huge amount of PTSD from that experience. Like, when I say I was devastated, like, my children were young at that time. I think my son was like maybe 6. So my daughter would have been a teenager, like maybe 14. But like, we had done everything, or we thought we had done. No, we did. We did everything we were supposed to do, except for I learned a lot of lessons about working with lenders for stuff like big purchases like that, right? And so I just have never had the courage to go back to this home buying process. And then since then, divorce happened, my credit score tanked, which I have now, y'all, I increased my credit score by 110 points in 2020. Like, I'm gonna talk to y'all about that one day, because I think that is something noteworthy for people who maybe have never been educated about credit in a way that serves them. I'm not a credit expert, obviously, but I am going to share my experiences and things that I did to increase my credit score. I think it's important for us to have these conversations. But so life happened since that tragic incident with this home buying situation. And so now I feel like I'm better equipped. I feel like I am more financially savvy. I feel like I'm in a better place. So definitely, could I qualify for a mortgage? Absolutely. Financially, things are great for me right now, but buying a house right now, today, or when we moved into this new apartment, it's not something that I actually was interested in doing. As a travel nurse, part of my goal in traveling is to survey different areas and see maybe where I might want to land, where I want to think about being in a more permanent space. It could be Maryland, but it might not be. I don't know. So all of that to say, I'm not in a rush. Like, I feel like sometimes people want to kind of assume, oh, you're making great money, you have great credit. That's the next logical step. Buy a house. For me, getting out of a lot of debt, a house, I see it, although it's an investment, although it would be my property, well, mine in the banks. There's just a lot of things to consider for me, and that maybe I have some thoughts about it that are not as clear, but that's just where I am. So I feel like, I'm a firm believer that things happen in your life when they are supposed to happen. So yeah, I love our new apartment. We're happy. We're not lacking anything. We got a roof over our heads. So it is what it is. So that was a long explanation. We almost done. This video has gotten much longer than I wanted it to be. But number 20 on my list is I want to secure an investment property. Specifically, I want an investment property which can be used for travel nurses. And so I've done research. I know investment properties versus a property for your primary residence is a whole different ball game. And right now, please, don't jump down in the comments and give me a whole bunch of advice about that. I'm not ready yet. I'm not. But I just wanted to let y'all know that's on my list. I want to buy a house. So maybe for 2022, a house for a primary residence. That is goal number 21. And number 22 is I have established an emergency savings account, and I don't want to touch it. Like, I want it to be for emergency purposes only. And I think that is something that, again, I didn't necessarily learn all the things about finances. Like, of course, my mom taught me things like don't mess your credit up. You know, credit is important. All of those things. Savings is important. But I don't think I ever got those hard lessons about why you should be doing these things. And so for me, as a travel nurse, when I first started traveling, I had no savings, and I had an abundance of financial things that I needed to address in the beginning. So anybody who is out here thinking about becoming a travel nurse, you need to have a savings established before you start. Like, I just recommend that 100%. People always ask me for advice when it comes to being a travel nurse. That is definitely one in my top 10. Establish a savings account. Now, if you look at information from like your financial gurus, they tell you that you should have 3 months worth of your expenses saved. And I think that that is probably smart. But for me, if I think about 3 months worth of expenses, for me, that's probably about $3,500 a month. So $10,000, roughly $10,000 is what I need to have 3 months worth of expenses covered. And as it relates to travel nursing, I can't really give you a figure, but I think it's reasonable to say most travel assignments are 13 weeks, which is 3 months. So if you can save up at least a third of that, then I recommend that. If you can save up the whole 3 months before you go into this venture of becoming a travel nurse, I 100% recommend that. Now, I know for the average person, it's difficult. Like, to just have $10,000 sitting around for most people, that's not realistic. And that's why I said if you could at least have a third of that, which would be, in my case, the $3,500, have that amount saved so you have some peace of mind and some security before you jump out here into the travel nurse world. So that was just a little tip that I wasn't even going to talk about. But for me, my last goal is to have a do not touch emergency savings account. So I mean a savings account that is dedicated to just in case something happens. I have this lump sum of money here that I can apply to whatever whatever I need it to be supplied, whatever I need it to be applied to. Make sense? I hope so. So those were my 22 goals for 2022. So one of my friends said to me, girl, you wrote a whole list of 22 items for 2022. Like, maybe you can help me focus on doing that. And so, you know, it does take some time to come up with a list. Your goals are going to be personalized to you and the things that are important to you in your life. Like, this is where I am. So if you want to make a list of goals for yourself, maybe not 22 of them, but if you want to make a list of goals for your life and the things that you want to see come to fruition in your life, sit down, spend some time with it. I have a planner. This is my planner. I like the Happy Planner because it's colorful and all those good things. I get a new planner every year. Like, at least by the end of the year, I have to have my planner for the next year. So this is my planner. I encourage you, get a planner, get your favorite pen, and you sit down and you spend some time with the things that are important to you in your life and just decide what kind of goals you want to create for yourself. There's no magic formula to it. Just do it. Just sit down, write the goals, write the vision, make it plain, so that at the end of the year, you can reflect on all the amazing things. After you write those goals down, you want to have an action plan as to how you're going to reach the goals, especially the ones that are really super important to you. This is a self-development and a growth project. So I don't want you to feel like, oh my gosh, I have enough. I have 20,000 things to do. Now I got to sit down and make a list. So this is beneficial for you. And also it gives you an opportunity at the halfway mark of the year. You can sit down, you look at your goals and say, hey, where am I at meeting these goals, and kind of revise or shift the plan if you need to. And then at the end of the year, you really can go back and look, wow, look at all the things that I accomplished in the last 12 months. So I challenge you to do that for yourself. Again, maybe you don't want to have 22 goals. Maybe you just want to start with 5. Start with 3 to 5 things that you want to see improved in your life, and make some action steps and create smaller goals so that you can reach the bigger goals that you have in your life. Let me know if this video was helpful for you. Leave a pink heart in the comments and let me know if you would be down for a retreat. I definitely want to know that. And let me know at least one goal that you have for yourself in 2022. Thank you guys for watching this video. Please like, share, subscribe, and I will see y'all on the next one. Peace out.